A Bay Area tech company is taking on the challenge of protecting kids in schools. Redwood City's Ambient.ai is examining how artificial intelligence can enhance school security and detect threats before they escalate. Shikhar Shrestha is CEO of Redwood City-based Ambient.ai. Thank you so much for joining me. This obviously is a really important conversation. We have seen the devastating impacts of school violence and shootings. I mean, just last week, there was that terrible tragedy in Minnesota. So explain how your security system works and how you believe it's improving school safety.
Yeah, so fundamentally what we do is we use artificial intelligence to watch security camera feeds and then detect suspicious events that may be happening at a site, and then also help you respond to those events when they're detected. So if you think about like the problem of securing a school or any kind of campus environment, which is super open, lots of entry exits, it's a large area essentially. It's very difficult for security teams to have proper situational awareness of what kinds of things could be happening at the campus at any given time. So if they use artificial intelligence, they can get real-time alerts for anything suspicious that could be happening. That may be, a person that's jumping over a fence line, breaching the perimeter, loitering around a campus, or something bad like brandishing a weapon, and then decide to do, real-time response to that alert, which really has a meaningful impact on the outcome in these incidents.
Okay, so how effective is the system?
It's very effective. So we've actually compared our AI to a human sitting and watching a bunch of cameras, which is, what you would call the current state of the art. And the big challenge today is when you have a very highly trained analyst that's looking at, say, 8 to 10 security cameras, maybe they're effective, but as they're looking at 50, 100, 200 cameras, their effectiveness goes down very, very, very aggressively.
Sure.
And the benefit with AI is if AI is 95% as accurate as a human in terms of detecting a threat on a video feed, it's going to stay 95% accurate on any number of cameras you deploy. And it's 24/7, 365, it doesn't get tired. So it just makes it really, really effective in terms of early threat detection to a point where it just doesn't make sense for us to have, humans and guards sit and watch cameras anymore. They can do a much better job by assisting in the actual response after detection.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how quickly can this system detect a potential issue and alert officials?
Yeah, so it's within a few seconds of the incident happening in front of the camera. So anywhere from like 1 to 2 seconds, on a high end, maybe 4 to 5 seconds. And we're very aware that in these incidents, seconds matter. So the sooner you can get the alert and initiate the response, the bigger the impact from a preventative standpoint you can have in that situation.
Is this system already in use?
Yeah, so it's very widely deployed. We have multiple school customers, and we've prevented incidents for them as well. One of the examples I can share with you is a Bay Area school where we caught, an individual perpetrator basically jumping over a fence line at 2 a.m., breaching their perimeter effectively. And in the old world, they would have realized about this maybe next day in the morning when they see something broken, or somebody runs into the person when they're reviewing the video footage. In this sort of new world where you have AI running, the security team there got a real-time alert at night showing a clip of the person jumping over the fence line, which they then escalated to law enforcement. And when law enforcement knows that the threat is in progress, they do a accelerated response. So they can get on site within 2 to 3 minutes. In this case, they did, and arrested the perpetrator. So that's kind of the difference between this new proactive security approach where you leverage AI.
Yeah, and when it's being monitored 24 hours, I can obviously see the benefits of that. All right, a lot of focus right now on artificial intelligence is on the chatbots. I feel like that's what people think of when they think of AI. But this is all obviously a very real world use of AI.
Yeah, so we're calling this physical AI, and it's built on top of the same technologies that power these chatbots. And if you think about it, the chatbots have this ability to ingest a lot of text and then give you a concrete response. The kind of AI we're using for video threat detection and security basically has the ability to ingest a lot of video and images and then tell you what's happening in that image or video. So very similar sort of algorithmically, but a very different application in the real world that actually saves lives.
Mm-hmm. But do you see this actually replacing human security guards on school campuses?
So we think the future is one where you're going to automate a lot of your physical security operation, and you still have guards, but you primarily use them for response or to do more preemptive work around threat assessments. So in so many of these incidents, you'll see that often the school knew about a particular threat actor that had, displayed some sort of early, high risk sort of traits, threatened somebody at the school or the school itself on social media. Schools today just don't have the resources to do any kind of proactive threat assessment, build a model, track these specific individuals, and then think about how they secure their site against them.
Mm-hmm.
So our view is if you automate the block and tackle, detect the events and the response to them, humans can then do more high-level security work. And then together, that combination is very, very potent and effective.
Okay, we're really out of time, but real quickly, cost. Is this something that schools can afford?
Yeah, so we actually sell our product to schools and college campuses at a significantly lower cost to enterprises for this mission that we want this to get deployed as widely as possible. And it's way more cost effective than hiring a large team of security officers, which is just prohibitive today and an order of magnitude more effective in terms of how it sort of streamlines the operation.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming on and explaining the system. Shikhar Shrestha, CEO of Redwood City-based Ambient.ai. Thanks again for the time.